we're driving along this track, and I thought I'd just have a glass along around the valley, and seeing nothing by the naked eye, and you'd think green field and pop out like a sore thumb, a red buck. But no, sure enough, I glassed up, and in the middle of the field was a buck, and then slightly higher was a doe who was grazing off the hedge, and they've both now lain down. So as you can see, the doe's just there against the hedge, which we managed to, from some amazing photography skills by yourself, we've managed to get them in shots. So thinking about the stalk now, the wind's not very strong, but what there is into our face. So we'll probably move down through the valley, and struggling a little bit with the brows. So it's just working out the safe backstop and in my mind trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. But it's a bit challenging because the buck's in the middle of the field, and everywhere you get from him is a brow. So
now you're talking quite loudly. How far away from him are we?
Probably 400, 500 yards with the wind in our face. So I mean, he's never going to hear us in a million years, and he's sat there in the sun quite happily. So I don't think we have to worry about him moving.
So let's go get him. I'm out with deer manager Ollie Williams, whose family is lucky enough to own the Lanhydrock estate in Cornwall. Devon and Cornwall Constabulary have let landowners and gamekeepers continue with pest control and deer stalking throughout lockdown, and that's why Ollie is out to take out bucks on his ground.
The vast majority of this is either grazed by cattle, or the grass is grown as silage for cattle. So obviously it's very thick, very lush grass, which is very tasty for deer. So as you can probably imagine. One thing the estate is sort of cursed by, I suppose you have, is we've got quite a few major networks running through. So we've got the A30, we've got National Rail, obviously the mainline railway, and a few of the main A roads as well. So that sort of keeps the deer penned in, if you like, in the estate. So they breed, and management is even more important, obviously. And like you see, it pushes them into areas that in other parts of the country they might not necessarily be in.
Probably fired high. I was aiming at the top of his shoulder. That's hunting, isn't it?
Happily, there is another day, and on another part of the farm, Ollie takes me to a little wood that should hold deer. However, the farm manager has other ideas for that ground, and in comes the slurry tanker. Some you win, some you lose. The good news is that this is a big old estate, so there's plenty more ground to visit. Elsewhere, the cauliflowers are getting up pounding.
One of our tenants is a very big vegetable farmer in the UK. So he has currently planted cauliflower. So and got a lot of unwelcome visitors to his cauliflower in the way of roe deer. So we're going to go have a look at a couple of those plantations as well. And see what we can see eating the cauliflower, but fingers crossed we can get in on one and get a shot.
Now, you may recognise Ollie as that bloke off Love Island, and you'd be right. Some believe that Love Island contestants are not chosen for their hands-on inventiveness, but there's a touch of the dragon's den about Mr. Williams. He has come up with an invention that might take off.
Behind us we have my adaptation of a high seat. I've named it a lie seat. As you can probably guess, you lie on it, you don't sit on it. It's two dug in, basically posts into the ground to the same level at the top of the hedge. And after that, what I've done is then built back into the hedge. You build two or three cross beams to support it on top of these. And it's basically a bed built into the hedge. As you can see, there's no real trees around here, so the best bet we have is to actually go ahead and just use what we've got and use the hedge itself. So this is the first of its kind, and I think it's very successful. We may well see later on how successful, but I'm proud of it.
Ingenious and simple to make. Ollie sets up on it. We wait and we wait. And then a fox appears, and in one move, Ollie has shot it. With a shoot on the estate, Ollie can't wait around for camera people to fiddle with their focuses. The gamekeeper would not forgive him.
I owe Charlie an apology for it first because I just shot a fox with seeing it and shooting it with about 1 second apart, then saying, "Did you get that?" Of course you didn't, you bloody idiot.
That finishes his time on the lie seat. It's on the walk back to our cars that Ollie finally gets a second chance. It's last light and there is a group of roe out in a field.
We spotted 3 here, and I managed to get down this rock, and I think it was about 130. We initially spotted one just here, which we set up for. He then disappeared. We gave up, and it's right on the edge of light now, and saw a couple, just their shadows moving across the field as we moved on. Took the leading buck and job done. I've been shooting on quite a few does, especially recently, with a lot of tick damage on their undersides. So, but this is quite nice to see. There was a bigger one behind. There was 2. Initially, I saw that I thought that this one had moved on, but I just caught him just before he went round the corner. I didn't really want to shoot the other one because it was slightly too big. So, good to have got this one. Pretty ideal.
You can go stalking with Ollie. He has a lot of ground in Cornwall, and he offers pheasant shooting and hunting and big game fishing overseas, where he has worked with some of the world's top outfitters. Visit cornishsportingagency.com. And if you were wondering about that first buck, he went back, got it, and sent me this.